How you doing today? It's a Tuesday. It's a Tuesday here in Nigeria, and I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well wherever you are watching me from, all over the world. I hope you're doing well today, Tuesday. It's Tuesday afternoon here, and I think the time is around after 3, almost 3:30 here. I'm live here. You can see the caption there. The caption says, "How often do you create time to spend? Do you create quality time to spend with your loved ones? Life is short. Life is short. So how often do you create time to do that?" So before we go on, before I continue what I have to say today, I just want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you all. Thank you to my returning subscribers too. Thank you. Thank you to those that have been watching and have not subscribed to this channel. Please do subscribe to this channel. And do not forget to click on the notification button in order for you to get notified anytime there is a new video upload. So I just want to say thank you all. Watch my live stream. Please do watch it to the end. Always watch my videos also to the end. I'm pleading. Thank you so much, everyone. So as I said earlier on, how often do you create quality time? There's difference between quality time and creating time, something happened of lately, and someone has been, a man has been the type that has not been having time for the family. It's always work, 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 traveling from one place to the other. And the wife has always been the one spending time with the children, being at home with the children, being the woman, but he's not always around. And the wife has complained severally, but he kept on saying his job and everything. Maybe they'll just see him once a month, at times twice a month, at times for even 2 to 3 times, 2 to 3 months, he may not be around. So it was a huge concern for the wife, and she complained severally, but it seems as if things, were still the same. And it got to a point the wife fell ill, and it was a terminal disease that it happened that the husband was not even aware of, because that period he wasn't even around for months. So he came back like around 4 months later, and the wife wanted to speak with him and tell him about the whole thing, but he didn't even have time. The same day he came was the same day he left back. He said he had a business appointment, this and that and that. And it went on like that for another 5 or 6 months before he came back. That was 10 months. So it was already something that was already eating her up. And eventually this woman was very ill, fell very ill, very, very sick, and passed. And now the man is regretting, lamenting, and was saying a lot of things about him not spending quality time with his wife. And he should have, put family first before any other thing, things like that. So that's why I have this caption today, that how often do you spend time with your family? How often do you spend time with your family? Thank you for joining in. Thank you so, so much for joining in. I appreciate you. Please, you can drop your comments. Oh, you asked me. Your name is Tama Oliver. You said, "Do I eat mangoes?" Well, if it's just normal mango that I know, yes, I eat mangoes. We all eat mango here in Nigeria, so, and all over the world, is a fruit. So, well, everyone eats mangoes. So, I do, and I hope you do too. So thank you for joining in. I do not know what the time is over in your country there, but here in Nigeria it's almost 3:30, going to 4 o'clock here in Nigeria, and I'm talking about how to spend time with your family. How often do you spend quality time with your family? Life is very short, and it's very important to spend time, because this time we spend. Oh, you're from Australia. Oh, you're welcome. Hi, thanks for joining in. Thank you so much. How is Australia today? I hope the weather there is okay, because here the weather is cloudy here in Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria is cloudy here, and I hope Australia has a very good weather today. And thank you for joining in one more time. So spending quality time. Now the wife passed, and it happened that the man started lamenting and everything like that. That he should have spent a lot of time with the wife, because we're just married for a very short period of time. I think for like 6 years before she passed, due to the terminal illness she had. And it kept me thinking that it is very important. You see, money is important. It's good to work. It's good to also, to work and make money because of your family and because of yourself. Nobody wants to beg and everything like that. But at the same time, it's also good to spend quality time with your family, with your wife, with your children. If you have parents, if you still have your parents alive, like me now, my dad has passed. He passed 2 years ago. Thank you for joining in. Please, you can also drop a comment in the comment section. Sorry, excuse me. You can drop a comment in the comment section. So it's very important to spend quality time with your family, create time. I know some people have a very tight schedule, but in between then, there is nobody that doesn't have this time. You just have to create time for your family, for people around you, for your loved ones before it is too late. Nobody knows when he or she will pass. So the little time you have, create a very quality time to visit your maybe in the village, maybe in the city, or she's staying with you, or in the anywhere your parents are, your mom, your dad, visit them if they're still around. If your siblings, even though they are in another state, take out time to visit, to call people, to check on people, to hear their voices. You never can tell when you hear them last or where they'll hear you last or something. So these are the things that are very important. So now he's lamenting because his wife is no longer around and he really misses his wife. Of course, it's a normal thing to miss someone that has passed and that is very dear to your heart. So, but his own was like, okay, when I went to see him, he was like, I really, really regretted not staying with my wife because he's always very busy, spending hours and hours, days, months, working, business meetings all around, and forgetting that he had a wife. I don't think he forgot actually, but maybe he just felt, okay, anytime I get home, I'll still see her. We are still young and everything, because I feel people do not think about that. They don't think that they are going to pass someday, but it's part of life. These are things that are part of life. You said you asking me what's the best advice you have ever heard. Well, a lot of advice. It depends on the issue on ground. Like my mom used to tell us that we should always love people. We should always treat people the way we wanted to be treated. And also, she always, when we're growing up, she gave us a lot of advice. The same thing with my dad. Despite the fact that my dad was a military man, he wasn't around. The little time he had to spend with us, he always gives us advice on, how to live our life, how not to be afraid. No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, you just have to be bold. I believe because he was a military man, he was in the FS. And he just felt, okay, fine, I don't want you to be scared even when I'm not around, when I'm no longer around. He used to tell us that. So that's one of the best advice I've ever had. And it has kept me going, even in the times of, hard times, trials. I kept going with the grace of God. And it has, it's a very good advice. And thank God I'm able to use it. So that's one of the advices. That's the few advices I've heard from my parents, and I've been able to use, stick to, and it has really helped me. So thank you for asking the question. I hope I've been able to clear your question. Your name is Tama Oliver. Yeah. So as I was saying, back to what I was saying, he's now lamenting that he misses his wife and everything, because it's not easy when you lose someone. Being a wife, getting another person like that person is not easy. They've been together before getting married, they've been together for years, and it's been okay. You said, do you have overcome the challenges you have faced in life? Well, I'm a Christian and I want to use my faith. I'll have to, when I'm talking, I talk because I'm a Christian. I'm going to, that dimension, that's where I'm going to start from. Yes, I have overcome some, and some I have not. Those, you do things that you can do, and the ones you cannot do, you just have to let go. It's not everything, it's not all battles you overcome, but just hand everything over to God and let God take charge. So for some, I have. The question is from Damiola Oluyori or something. I hope I pronounced your name very well. Sorry if I didn't. So I hope I've answered your question. I have. You said, how have you, okay, oh, sorry, your question is, how have you overcome the challenges you have faced in life? Oh, yes, okay. So now number one is by prayer. I believe in my God so much. I believe in God. It's only God that can, answer prayers. I believe in my God. But I always tell people that it's not about prayer alone. You need to also put in work, because there's, in the book of James, it says, Prayer without work is, is nothing. So when you pray, you still also have to find, because the Bible make me to understand that you have to knock, it shall be open, seek, it shall be found, and ask, it shall be given. So when you finish knocking, you seek, you also ask before you can get it. So that's it. And you also asked another question, that what advice will you give a struggling Christian? Just as I said earlier on, first of all is to go down on your knees and pray. Prayer is number one. After prayer, then you have to go out. I don't know what you're facing. It depends on the situation on ground. If it's marital, if it's finance, if it's, what's it called? If it's any other issue, God is not, no one is above God. God is above everything. That's number two. Then if it's something that you're struggling with, if it's an addiction, you just have to pray, because I tell people that if you're addicted to whatever it is, there is no way you can just pull out of it just like that. It's a process. And since it's a process and you do it, maybe after prayer, you said, God, I'm not going to do this again, and you just find yourself doing it again, you don't have to blame yourself. What kills of your faith is guilt. That's what kills your faith. That, okay, I did this, man. I've done this. I've really sinned. How do I go about this? It kills your faith. So immediately, don't allow guilt to come into your heart after you have finished praying. You just make sure you walk towards that direction, and before you know it, you get perfected. When you keep on practicing with prayer and inviting God into your heart, into your life, into your way, into everything you do, keep on remembering that there is this God that is watching you, if nobody's there watching you. So through this means you'll be able to get through it, and God will see you through. So that's my answer. I hope I've answered your questions. Damilola Oluyori. I hope I've answered your question, and I pray God help you in your Christian journey. And at the end of our lives, I pray we make heaven. So that's it. So back to the what I was saying. And thank you all for joining in. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. You're welcome. If you have any other comments you want to contribute to this channel, you can. You can just drop your comments in the comment section. If I'm not online, when I'm online, I'll check and I'll surely reply you, except I didn't say it. All right. Thank you for joining in. So he's lamenting now because he misses his wife, and being a friend that I am to him, I just told him that I just have to take things easy. He's the only one the kids have now, and it's not easy. It's not really, really easy, but God will see him through. But he has learned that, okay, time is very important and life is short. So this is just what I want to share with you guys today, and I hope someone learns. We're all learning. Nobody's perfect. He didn't know. He just thought maybe, okay, I'll just see my wife anytime I get home. He never knew that they were going to spend a short period of time together here on earth. So it's not his fault. It's nobody's fault. That's what I told him. The wife didn't ask to die. She didn't want to die, but nobody knows when he or she will go, and that is it. So thank you so much all for joining in, and thank you, Damilola, and I've forgotten the other person's name. Thank you so much. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Have a beautiful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful day, a blissful day, a beautiful week, a beautiful month, and a beautiful time, anytime, any day. Bye.